Hey guys, just a very quick update on this Let's Play. So, my Elgato actually locked up at one point during the recording, and I ended up losing approximately the last 30 to 40 minutes of the Let's Play. Now, I did go back and load a save and replayed the very end of the game, so you'll see like the build up to the end and the actual ending and my thoughts on the game and all that good stuff. But I wanted to give you a heads up that there is going to be 30 minutes missing in an upcoming part, and I apologize. There was no way for me to recover that, and the only way I could have been able to record it would have been to go back and start a whole new game and play all the way up to that part again. And I feel like I'd be so frustrated by that point, the LP would be terrible and the commentary would be would show my frustrations. But I wanted to apologize ahead of time though. It's not in this video, and I'm not even sure which numbered video it will be where the cut starts, but I do make sure to mention it once I start recording anew. So anyway, thank you. Hello folks, and welcome back to Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Today's episode is brought to you by Russ. Thank you very much, Russ, for your continued support on Patreon. Very much appreciated. So hopefully to wrap this game up today, I don't see any reason I wouldn't be able to do so. We're about 3.5-ish hours in. I know I've said this multiple times, but now that I kind of understand how things work, how the mechanics work, if you can call them that, I know that I'm probably not going to miss anything, so I don't need to search every single nook and cranny. But it does need to be said again that this game does look phenomenal. Let's see what we got over here. I think this is just the... I say that and I'm immediately confused. I probably have to go in the barn. Probably where he found his dead cows. Ah, there's one. Or there it is. I'm moving it. You can tell I'm moving it when it goes left and right like that.
You never mentioned anything about them sickening yesterday.
I checked them last night on the way back and they were fine. I woke up this morning and the whole lot had gone. Tell me, Charlie, have you heard any birds today?
Well, I've not really been paying any attention.
That sister of mine reckons they're dropping out the sky all round the Wrekin. And Dr. Wade reckons there's sick folk all over the village.
Meg said not to bother trying to get deliveries out. Said the quarantine in the whole valley. I reckon it's best we just sit it out. It'll all come right, Frank.
This'll all come right.
Yeah, right. I am sorry about your cows, Frank. But when things settle down, they'll see you all right. There's got to be provision for this sort of thing.
You want to listen to the radio more? Things don't seem like they're settling down at all. I tell you, Charlie, something big is happening.
Music seemed a bit inappropriate there, or their selection of music, not the fact that it existed. I did actually, when I was editing the video, and I do a little bit of editing, I noticed, well, I recall that at the beginning they do say about how, or Kate says on the radio how the things on the, like there's pillars that will guide you to the answers and all that. So that was explained slightly. One thing that I was thinking about, though, a little bit more in depth, it smells nasty in there. Not just manure, but a bunch of dead cows. Nasty. But again, see, it does sound like this quarantine went on a decent amount of time. Because, you know, long enough for this stuff to start happening and for them to get word that bad things were happening in other parts as well. All right, let me go check this path real quick. Damn it. Public footpath. Apparently not. Wait, could I have done that before? Damn it. Sorry. Well then. Anyway. But one thing that I've been thinking about is kind of thinking about like who are we? Like who the hell are we? We all of a sudden, like we start the game off, and this is, it feels like one of those things you kind of take for granted, right? But you start the game off. Nothing of interest over here. I'm going to go back. Let's go up the hill, I guess, to start with. But you take it for granted. You start off at the beginning, just kind of looking out over the valley. And, like, you have to wonder, like, well, how did you get here? I don't think there was, like, a car right there or anything. I don't think. Of course, I could have forgotten. So, the road behind us... or the path. Oh, I'm going to guess you can't get back here. So, I think that is probably going to solve our question or answer. Damn it. We need to get back there. Oh well, we'll probably double back around. But yeah, like, who the hell are we? Like, I feel like that's not, you're not just some random person. I feel like there's a reason you're here. Like, there's, you play a special part in this somehow. Because again, like, why isn't it really explained who you are? Like, how you got here? None of that's really talked about. Or even really touched upon. Like, your character doesn't have any thoughts like, oh my god, what's going on? You're just kind of running around doing this stuff.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Frank. That should get it out of the way. I don't know what happened. It just died on me.
Give it another go.
Oh, I only just put petrol in it as well.
Well, there's a problem. We gotta put gas in it.
Taking the other car into town. I wish he'd get back. He promised me that he'd be back this morning.
You think he's off on another bender?
Oh, I can't police him all the time, Frank. He's not a child.
What's going on, Lizzie?
Nothing.
You're seeing Stephen again, aren't you? You two can't keep pithering on like this. If Robert hasn't already worked it out, he soon will.
Oh, not if he carries on drinking the way he is. Shit. Pardon my French, but bloody shitting thing. Why won't it start?
Come on, I'll give you a lift.
Aw, British people are adorable when they get angry, aren't they? So, I'm having to refresh my memory here. I didn't play yesterday, but I did play the day before that, which was obviously what you guys saw. But yeah, I want to check down this road. There's probably not... oh, I was going to say, there's probably not a lot down there, but, well, apparently that's not the case. This is probably going to double back to where we were, like Steven's house. But yeah, there was definitely something going on with her and Steven, which, I mean, they've underlined that pretty heavily. But it sounds like it was more than just like, oh, you know, you guys, you know, could have a thing going on, or it seems like you guys have a thing going on. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, listen. There's no more birds. I just thought about that. Earlier on, we heard birds. Now we don't. So, it feels like we're actually going through the process time-wise, too, right? Like, because there was definitely birds at the beginning. Like, definitely. Because I remember specifically talking about that. I heard the radio. I remember specifically talking about, oh, hey... you know, I hear birds, but we don't see them. That's the other thing. We heard birds, we didn't see any. Well, we didn't see any living ones. Damn. I hear that radio in there. We're gonna go get it. But yeah, obviously something's going on with that, because now there's none. Very peculiar. And I kind of lost my other train of thought. Sorry. I got distracted when I started to realize I didn't hear the sound of birds anymore. Have we even seen any butterflies either? I mean, there's light and stuff around. Speaking of, there's light all around, all the time. Was that way before? I don't recall. Hear it reading the numbers. I don't think we're going to get any any visions in here. Also, we've seen nothing but cassette tapes. I don't think we've seen any DVDs. Actually, wait, didn't we see a radio or a newspaper with the time, or not the time, but the year on it? I was actually for a second. Oh, maybe we will because I saw the ball light outside. But I got a little freaked out because I thought the clock did move a little bit. The Inner Life of the Singularity. You know, there's some pretty heavy reading books for just your common town folk we found just laying around. Chaos Theory, which that was in Steven's place, but I feel like we saw it somewhere else too. I feel like we saw that in somebody's random house. What the hell? They were leaving food for somebody. I'm gonna guess this is who. I'm moving the controller. Let's try the right side.
How's your sister, Frank?
We've not spoken since the funeral.
Ah, I see. Well, listen, I did rather wonder if you might do me a bit of a favor and check in on her, see if she's all right.
Dr. Wade, if they dropped the bomb, there'd be no left but cockroaches and Wendy Boyles.
It's a bit odd, really. There's an old chap, John Coles, regular visitor at Lakeside, went walkabout sometime last night. Now it appears Mrs. Boughton has done the same.
Enid? Well, that'd be clever. They amputated her leg last spring.
Yes, that's the thing. I've also got a surgery full of people with nosebleeds and headaches. The council are saying influenza, but I've been practicing for 35 years and I'm not convinced. I just wondered if you might pop by and see her.
Even if I did, do you really think she'd let me in?
Fine. Forget it. I'll see her. Leave it to me. Oh, and Frank, call the hospital and get them to collect all this stuff. It's been 8 months.
So, all right, this is where the memory again kills me, especially since it's been a whole whopping like 48 hours since I've played. But whose body is this, or who was in here? Was it Father what's his face's girl, like the one that he was after? But why would Frank be over here? See, somebody dropping food off, obviously. Is there a light? I don't know. Anyway, let's go outside. See, now it's bothering me because I'm having such a hard time remembering, like, the various names, all the names. Like, who did what, who's related to who. I remember... Whoa. I think we might have locked up. Yep, I think the game locked up. Alright, I'm back. Game crashed. That was odd. Luckily it had just saved, so not a big deal. I'm guessing, and hopefully it doesn't do it again while we're looking at this. Alright, good. But I'm guessing it was probably the father, like the pastor guy that was in there. That's like he probably was staying with her, if it's who I think it is. And that's why all the food stuff is there, right? Because he was staying in, and damn. And they were bringing him food. And he would just eat it and I guess leave it outside. I don't know. Or, I mean, obviously could have been feeding her too, but that, I don't know. It seems weirder to me if they were doing that, but then leaving the food right outside the door. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Feed time. Feed them. 7 p.m. and 4, or 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. no later. We're something. Don't. Something again. This is why I wish you could zoom. Also, the glare on everything doesn't help. No, check generators. Ugh. Got flies buzzing around. Sounds like they haven't cleaned out the garbage in a little while. I want to go get this radio first before I forget about it. But yeah, like, the one thing that's really throwing me off... hell, hold on. Okay. Actually, I changed the notepad that I had open, so I had the same one, so I just wrote it down.
The radio telescope in Tower 6 is burned out. The background radiation coming in from the Penrose region is off the scale. It's like mathematics is bending along with the light. Everything is bathed in a strange glow. My face is still numb from the burn.
So she dealt with some kind of explosion type thing. Damn it. Damn you, Lennons. But yeah, like one thing that's been bothering me is the whole Appleton last name of Steven. Because if his last name is Appleton, if his mom is Wendy, she has a
England. You can't just stop the train, stop people travelling about the place. I don't like it, Frank. I don't like it at all.
Well, nobody likes it. No sense sweating cops over it.
Folk all riled about it, giving me grief. I didn't stop the bloody trains, did I? And did they give me any warning? No, they bloody didn't. Yesterday, it's all like, keep them calm, Howard, minor disruptions. And today, it's all government edicts and not until further notice. And you'll manage. Half the village has vanished.
It's a couple of people. It's hardly half the village.
Oh, right now. But you forget, I've seen things. I was in the Falklands. I tell you, I got out the old air raid siren to test it this morning.
Air raid siren. What on earth are you going to do with one of those?
I found it in the station storeroom. Took it home, stuck it under the bed. Thought it might be worth something one day. Oh, damn it.
It's all right. It's just a nosebleed. Here, here's my Yankee. It's clean.
Oh, thanks, Frank, thanks. It's been getting like a bloody train all day.
Wasn't the Howard the guy in the train station? I think he was, when who lost it. Wonder if he can find his air horn. But yeah, anyway, Appleton, if his mom is Wendy, her last name is something else. So either A, she had him out of wedlock, but then why would he have the name Appleton? That doesn't make sense. Or B, she got married again. Well, that doesn't make sense because her brother's last name is Appleton. And that's supposedly his uncle? See, I'm really getting confused how that all works out. I feel like there's something really obvious that I'm missing. Some obvious connection there that I'm completely like forgetting, or I've got somebody labeled incorrectly, like in my brain. Like Wendy and Frank aren't, but I'm pretty sure they just, I don't know. Anyway, I think this takes us back to the farm that we started off on with the insurmountable hedge. Yes. Okay. Cool. I like how it's set up so you do kind of double back. I do feel like I've missed a few things, which frankly bothers the hell out of me. But I don't want to spend like 30 to 45 minutes running around trying to find like the one thing that I missed.